Harry Potter.
Jack Sparrow.
And Peter Parker.
Okay, we are here back again with another brand new episode. This time we are going to talk about the review of Manchester United versus Leicester City. Let's start with Peter Parker. Any issues with the lineup for you?
For Manchester United, I was quite shocked with Paul Pogba being in the team because there was rumours that he won't be starting due to the World Cup. And other than that, this is what I expected. And Luke Shaw and Darmian as well, because Mourinho didn't really like Luke Shaw and Darmian, but in this game he put both Luke Shaw and Darmian, and to my surprise, they actually performed well.
As for my view, I think Lukaku should have started off instead of Rashford, and the scoreline would have been different. Apart from them, Luke Shaw made a big difference in the game. He was back with the game.
I feel that was what, as for the formation, that was what Mourinho could do, maximize with his team, because the rest were back from the World Cup and all that, and injuries. So I think Pogba was a question mark, but to actually play in 80 minutes, he actually showed that he's a monster. And what do you all make of Pogba's performance?
I was actually very impressed with Pogba's performance. He carried on with his World Cup form in this match. He controlled the game and was the leading man for Manchester United.
What do you think about that, Jack Sparrow?
As for me, I think Pogba was back at Old Trafford. It's just Pogba back.
Okay. So, for me, Pogba's performance was good, but was only a glimpse of what he could do. At the start, he was very good, but after the game went on, when people started to target him, he couldn't play that fluid football he usually plays for France. But he's young, all the pressures on him, like the game before, the Sunday night football, the talking and everything, Friday night football, sorry. The talking were all about how Pogba is going to perform and all that. Even their background was Pogba, so I think he thrived under pressure. And okay, let's talk about another player, Alexis. He have to prove a point this season, and his first performance was not up to the standard, even though he was involved in both goals. I would like to know what you all make of Alexis losing the ball. I will go to you first, Jack Sparrow.
Sanchez actually did miss a lot of chances along the flanks. His attack was marvellous, but he just didn't get it right. I think more time will make him perfect.
How about you, Peter?
I actually disagree with Jack Sparrow. He actually performed very badly. He was always coming inside and did not give enough width to Manchester United, and he actually made Pogba's performance get slightly affected because Pogba likes to run inside and Sanchez likes to cut in. So I think he needs to perform well in the upcoming games. If not, they need to put someone else like Marshall.
For me personally, Alexis losing a ball is a big issue. But one thing I like about that is, even after losing the ball, he's always there, showing himself to receive the ball, to be on the turn, running at defenders. He's trying. So that's what I want from a Manchester United player. At least they are trying. If he's going to play 10 passes and one is going to go through and get a goal, I'm fine with it. With the other 9 being a bad pass or missed pass or not up to standard. So that's my take on Alexis' performance. Another guy we have to talk about is Jamie Vardy. Apparently, he had an injury. He carried the injury and he came on in a very late. But should Leicester risked it and played him earlier, because we all saw once he came in, Vardy was a dangerous threat against Manchester United. So what do you think, Jack Sparrow, about Vardy?
I agree on that. Vardy should have come on earlier. He was a threat for the game, and he managed to score one against De Gea. They should have started him with the lineup.
What do you think, Peter?
I think, yeah, I would agree with Jack Sparrow and Harry Potter, because Jamie Vardy gives speed, and Kelechi Iheanacho, even though there's a lot of hype about him, every time I see him perform, he always loses the ball or always misses his chances. So Vardy should have started, and with Vardy starting, I think they would have a higher chance of winning the game.
Okay, since we have just done with the Manchester United, we are going to talk about their rivals, Liverpool, how they fared against West Ham. So let's talk about Liverpool's squad in a whole. Are they good enough to be title champions? title challenges or to win the league. So what do you think, Peter, about your team?
I think it's too early to say whether they will be title challengers, but I think this is the best equipped side that ever challenged for the league in terms of Liverpool and their squad. So because Jordan Henderson, Fabinho, Nathaniel Klein, Shaqiri, even Sturridge were all on the bench, and even Lallana as well. So I think the squad is very deep with a lot of options in the substitute bench.
So what do you think about that, Jack Sparrow?
I think the team is very good already. It's more like they can fight for the title champions with Man City and Man United. They even managed to defeat City in the Champions League quarterfinals last season. Klopp has strengthened the squad before the EPL started, with players like Keita, Fabinho and Shaqiri, and the keeper, Alisson. They can do their best to fight for the title.
Okay, for me personally, I think Liverpool should be challenging for the title, and this is their best chance to win the title, especially after Arsenal and Chelsea having a new manager. Is going to be tough for them, and Tottenham are not going to win the title anytime soon because they didn't strengthen their squad. And for Manchester United, they only have like a first 15 players who are genuinely who can play, but they do not have support from the board and all that. So the only title challengers they have is Manchester City. We all know Manchester City will be up there with them. So if Liverpool this season, they should win. If not, it's going to be a long time again because every other team is going to strengthen. They are going to get used to their new coaches and all that. So I think Liverpool should be challenging for the title. Matter of fact, they should be winning the title. So let's talk about Keita. How impressive was he, or was it like it was just a one-off performance? Let's start with you, Jack Sparrow. What do you think about Keita's performance?
As for me, Keita is the key man for their attack. He's very attack-minded. He's the one going to providing the balls for the three forwards, Salah, Mane and Firmino. So, with the support of Fabinho as the anchor in the midfield, they'll be more productive.
Peter?
As for me, I like what I said last week. Naby Keita is Liverpool's version of Paul Pogba. The way he drives forward reminds me of Paul Pogba. But the thing that he has that Paul
Stop
Pogba.
comparing him with Pogba.
Let me finish. I'll prove my point. The thing Keita has that Paul Pogba doesn't have, in my opinion, is the positional sense. Keita knows when to drive forward and when to sit back and tackle. So I think in the upcoming weeks, Keita will prove even more that he is one of the best, and I would say the best central midfielder in the Premier League.
So the only difference Paul Pogba and Naby Keita has, right, is the World Cup. So let's put ourselves back to the ground and let's see where Naby Keita performs in the next few games, and let's see if he can be even comparable to Jordan Henderson in the first place. For me personally, Naby Keita is rash. He's just a guy, he's gonna get a lot of yellow cards. If he gets an early yellow card in the game, his game is gone. He cannot play his usual self. He's the type, like people are gonna run past him, he's gonna kick the leg and all that. He's gonna get best used to the EPL because EPL is about that, like kicking and hitting and all that. But for me personally, Naby Keita is nowhere near Paul Pogba, but he will impress for Liverpool. If he doesn't, then Liverpool are in big trouble.
I would like to add, in the game against West Ham didn't really have a defensive midfielder. They only had Declan Rice. So I think against more defensive-minded teams or a team that has a very good central defensive mid, maybe like Burnley or maybe even Chelsea with Kante, then I want to see how Keita performs. And if he performs really well in that type of matches, then I think there's no doubt that he is up there with the best centre mid in the league.
Okay, let's talk about West Ham. They actually spent 90 million this transfer window. In the past few transfer windows, they spent a lot to improve their squad. Shouldn't they be at the top with the rest of the people and to fight for the at least top 6 with Tottenham and all that? So what do you think, Jack Sparrow, about West Ham?
I personally think they had a good squad now. They are having a good squad now with 3 main signings, 2 from Arsenal, Jack Wilshere and Lucas Pires. They can provide something for the team. and Yarmolenko from Dortmund. They just need to gel up, and Chicharito is going to finish them off every game.
As for me, I think it needs time for West Ham players to gel. They have a very good coach in Pellegrini, and I think the way they play against Liverpool is more of Liverpool being good than West Ham being bad. West Ham were actually not bad. So in a couple of games after they get gelled up with Yarmolenko, Felipe Anderson, and even Jack Wilshere, then they would show their true potential, and I think they would have a comfortable top half finish.
And that's what I feel too. They should get a top half finish. No matter of fact, they should be challenging for the Europa League spot, and that's what West Ham bought once, and Manuel Pellegrini would be pushing that too, because they have too many players who are up to the standard of a Europa League. So guys, we just talked about Liverpool and West Ham. We're going to go talk about the big game last week, which is Man City versus Arsenal. So let's talk about Man City's depth first. What do you make of the squad? They actually rested Kevin De Bruyne, Gabriel Jesus, Company, Otamendi, and Leroy Sané, who were starters in the last season when they won with 100 points. So, Jack Sparrow, what do you make of this squad?
I think the squad is more better with Riyad Mahrez in their new signings, and John Stones and Laporte is playing a very good game instead of Company and Otamendi. They are still back in the game. They should race for the title regardless of any injuries or anything, and this season they should be up there.
As for me, I think Man City's squad is really too unfair. They have so many top quality players after Pep Guardiola spent so much money. So I think it is a must for them to win at least 2 to 3 trophies and to go at least to the final of the Champions League.
The thing is about Pep and the squad, I feel that everyone says that he made this player, he made that player. At Barcelona, he got a squad which is going to be world beaters. At Bayern Munich, he got a squad who's going to run through the league and going to challenge in the Champions League. At Man City, he came in. The squad wasn't as strong as he used to have, but actually he bought in players for almost $1 billion. So I personally feel he's a checkbook manager. I beg to differ from all this. He's a great manager and all that, but he's great. He's a good manager. I'm not saying he's not, but he's not what people say he is. He didn't make Lionel Messi. He didn't make Luis Suarez. He didn't make Kevin De Bruyne. They were already better when he was there. They had the potential to be the best in the world, and they were. So what I personally feel is this squad, his second team is gonna be up there with the top 6. That's what I personally feel like. If there's no Ederson, there's Bravo, who does a decent job. But what he did was he signed Bravo this season, and the following season he signed another first 11 keeper. So I find it unfair for the rest, and I don't think he's a great manager, and that's what I'm going to say. So talking about keepers, so last game, Czech played at the back. We all know Unai Emery's style of football is playing out from the back, but Czech is zero. As football fans who we don't even support Arsenal, we know Czech can't play out from the back. He's an old-fashioned keeper. So was it Czech's mistake that Arsenal couldn't play out from the back, or was it other players, or was it the manager himself? So Peter, what do you like to say?
I think it's the manager's mistake for putting Peter Cech, because he's an old-fashioned keeper, like you said, and I don't believe he can learn how to be a ball-playing goalkeeper at this age. So if Unai Emery wants to play from the back, he should have used the keeper that he bought, which is Bernd Leno, because Bernd Leno, in my opinion, is more comfortable than Peter Cech on the ball. So if Unai Emery wants to play from the back and he used Cech instead of Leno, Leno's confidence would automatically be deflated, because he left his club to be the first choice keeper for Arsenal, but Unai Emery used this Peter Cech. So in the upcoming matches, Bernd Leno, in my opinion, if he starts, he would be really low in confidence, and I wouldn't be that surprised if he makes mistakes and Arsenal fans go crazy and really blame him.
As my point of view, Czech really made silly mistakes and more than his average performance. but due to his experience, he should have played more better, and he should be guiding the defenders, the new defenders which came to the club. So he should be in the sub from the next game onwards. Leno should be given the chance to show his ideas and performance.
So, what do you all make of the lineup itself? Did Unai Emery make best use of his squad, or did the young players with inexperience cost the game for them? I personally feel he shouldn't have played Nathan Miles on the left. Riyad Mahrez was running at him, was destroying him, and he's no longer going to be the same player he was. So, I think he made a mistake of playing Riyad Mahrez there. He should have put what's his name, Leicester over on the left or something like that. He should have played around with the back four, especially putting Nathan Miles, a young player, to play against Riyad Mahrez, who won the title with Leicester City. So it's going to be very difficult for them. And the centre mid, I do not know how to pronounce his name. He was capable of doing everything, but what I personally feel is he's not up to the standard. He should have played Torreira in the middle. Even whether he's ready or not, Torreira should have started in this kind of game because he's a hard tackler. He's going to break down Man City's attack and all that. So what do you think, Peter, about that?
I think at the front where Unai Emery put 3 number 10, Ozil, Ramsey, Mkhitaryan, I think that was a mistake. If I was Unai Emery, I would have started with Iwobi because he provides some width, and put Aubameyang as a winger as well, and Lacazette as the main striker instead of starting Ozil, Ramsey, Mkhitaryan, because the 3 of them always likes to play inside and they did not give enough space on the wings for Arsenal. So I think it was a very big mistake by not starting Lacazette and putting 3 number 10s in the front 4 position.
So, Jack, what do you think?
My point of view, I totally agree on what both of you said. The lineup could have been better with Rich Steiner and Lacazette in the starting 11. And the new midfielder, he wasn't as productive as he should be. That's all from my point of view.
Okay, guys, next up is going to be the big game this week. It's Chelsea versus Arsenal, the London Derby. So, what do you all think of the lineup? Jack, do you want to go first?
I think the lineup will be similarly same as how they played against Man City for Arsenal. And Chelsea should start with Giroud and instead of Morata, and Hazard should start from the start to make the big difference in the game.
As for me, I think for Chelsea, Giroud should start instead of Morata because I'm sure he want to prove a point to the Arsenal fans who really gave him a hard time and keep on abusing him in social media. I think he's a very good striker in a lot of fans' point of view, but Arsenal fans keep on claiming that he's a very bad striker. So in this match, I'm sure it would be better off if he starts for Chelsea, and Hazard should start as well for Chelsea.
I think the lineup is going to be the same for Arsenal and for Chelsea. But instead of for Chelsea, I hope Giroud plays up top, Hudson-Odoi plays on the left, and on the number 8 position, I hope Hazard plays on that position. I think he will really excel in that position, especially with Jorginho and Kante alongside him. Until Kovacic is back into the squad, I don't know if he's going to start this game. If he does, then I think Kovacic should go into the number 8, and then on the left should be Hazard. But if it's not, then he should play like this, and I think this is the best squad. Chelsea is going to win this game. That's what I personally think. So, and for Arsenal, I think Unai Emery is going to be stubborn. He's going to go in with the same squad because he want to prove something to the players, to the fans and everyone. So he's going to go start with Peter Cech up as the keeper. He's going to play, I think only Nathan Miles will be a different. Nathan Miles and maybe the young centre mid. So instead of them, Torreira will play, and on the left, I think Leicester will play. And up top, Lacazette should start. After Lacazette came to the game, it was totally a different ball game for Arsenal. They started pressing high. Aubameyang had a partner to actually do something with. So what do you think, Peter?
I think the game would be an easy game for Chelsea, and if Arsenal wants to get a point or at least win, they should start with Torreira and Lacazette. These 2 players are very important for Arsenal. If they do not start with Torreira and Lacazette and burn Leno as well, if they do not start with these 3 players, and if Unai Emery want to start Peter Cech, Granit Xhaka, and only Aubameyang up front instead of Lacazette and Aubameyang in the front too, I think it would be an easy match for Chelsea. So they should start Bernd Leno, Torreira, and Lacazette if Arsenal want any chance to get a point or at least a win.
Okay, so who do you think the key players is going to be for Chelsea?
I think the key player for Chelsea will be Hazard. He'll be doing what he is at his best. After the World Cup, his performance has been wonderful, and once back in EPL, he should be performing much better. And as for Arsenal, I think Aubameyang will make the difference for them. He'll be banging in the goals, and Lacazette should be there to assist him and everything. Ozil should play the CAM position for the best, and Mkhitaryan should play on the right, and they can win the game easily.
What do you think, Peter?
For me, the key players for Arsenal will be Lacazette and Bernd Leno if he plays. Because if Bernd Leno plays, then Arsenal can play from the back, and it will be easier for them to play Unai Emery's style of football. So, and for Chelsea, it has to be Hazard. And maybe Hudson-Odoi if he starts, because he really proved how good he is during the pre-season when he really roasted Bellerin. So I think if Hudson-Odoi starts, he would be a key player. If Sarri puts his really first team players, then Hazard would be the key player.
For me, I personally think for Chelsea, the key player is going to be Jorginho, because at the Arsenal front 5, where I say nobody likes to press players, so Jorginho is going to dictate play from the back, and Kante is going to be breaking it up. So if you put like Ozil at like the number 10 or Mkhitaryan, they are not going to go press Jorginho. They are not going to be there doing the defensive work for Jorginho. So Jorginho is going to be key. Hazard is, like we all know, he's the best in the field. So Jorginho, you have to stop Jorginho from treading the pass to Hazard. And for Arsenal, it's going to be Lacazette. The reason why is after Lacazette came on the game, he was hungry to prove something. You know, it's like, according to Arsenal fans, especially when they get a new striker or a new player, he's always the best in the world. Like, when they signed Lacazette, Lacazette was better than Giroud. Then, now when they signed Aubameyang is better than Lacazette. So, Lacazette has a point to prove. So, I hope this game he's going to do what he usually does. He's actually a very good player. He's going to link up well, and he's going to score maybe a goal or 2 for Arsenal tomorrow. So, what do you all think about the predictions, Peter?
For Arsenal-Chelsea match?
Yes.
I think it would be a 3-1 victory for Chelsea, with Hazard getting a couple of goals, and if Hudson-Odoi plays, I think he would get a debut goal.
How about you, Jack?
I would say Arsenal to win 2-1 against Chelsea.
I'm going to go with Chelsea 2-1. Hazard's going to score a goal, and I think Kante is going to get another one. And on the other side, like I said, Lacazette is going to be key, so he's going to provide an assist or he's going to score. I really hope this game ends up in a stalemate. It will be better, but I personally think Chelsea is going to nick this game at the edge of the game. So thanks for hearing us out again. This is our new channel, FootyTalkers. If you're new to this channel, please like, share and subscribe. See you all again next week. Signing off, Harry Potter,
Peter Parker,
and Jack Sparrow.
Bye bye.